Hello, everybody. Welcome to day two of my training. My name is Jenny Friedman, and I'm an ADHD coach. I'm a business coach. I help people that have really fast brains make money. So that's what I do. And this whole, during the shift, my whole thing was to help you guys build an audience. So obviously, if you're an entrepreneur or in business, then you're going to benefit from this training. Just the first session I did sort of laid the foundation for what we're going to do today. So there is the video, the link to the video, that video, the first one, is down below, pinned in the comments. Um, but you needed to bring your human design chart today and your astrology chart today because we are going to go over basically your seventh house sign, okay, is what we need. So even if you don't have your whole astrology chart, that's okay. You just need those two pieces of information. And I'm going to start us off with a lovely PowerPoint. Okay, so it's not really a PowerPoint, but they're beautiful slides that I've made for you on the frequency of connection, right? And speaking the language of your soul-aligned audience. So, today you're going to learn soul resonance messaging framework. You're going to learn about the mirror effect, right? Why your audience sees themselves in you, how to channel messages and land deeply with your audience, and how to turn these soul downloads into content that awakens and activates and aligns with your audience, right? So, we've all heard the saying that a person might not remember what you said, but they always remember how you made them feel. This is one of the best things you can do, right? Is to emote. After all, emotions are energy in motion. And people don't buy things because they need it. They buy what they think they want. Wanting is an emotion, it's very strong, right? How can you share what they want in an emotional way? This is very key, right? It's not about content, it's about connection. Write that down, connection. What message do they need transmitted to them? Right? That's really what you want to think of. So, two things to consider that can help you with this. I'm going to talk about the second one first. All right. We're going to start with the mirror effect and why your audience sees themselves in your words and why this creates instant trust. All right. If you know me, you know I love universal laws. So I was fascinated to come upon the law of mirrors. All right. It's also called the law of reflection, um, or the law of the mirror, whatever. So whichever way you choose to label it, it's just basically the same thing, right? It's about that law of reflection, what's being reflected back to you. And I'm sure we've all been in a situation where we meet a person and like some of their personality traits kind of make you feel weird or uncomfortable, like there's friction or you get triggered. Um, and so the law of mirrors states that whatever you can label in another person, right, you carry those traits as well. So I realize this is probably like, you're like, no, let's take, for example, um, like if you think about someone who's racist towards other people, and you think, well, there's nothing in me that's racist, Jenny. So absolutely don't resonate with that, right? Um, and all the other horrible things, right, that some people say or do and or make you feel frustrated, right? You'd say, well, I don't resonate with that, right? However, it's not really about whether you share the same opinion or the understanding of life. It's more about how it's being delivered. So for example, if someone who has a problem with racism, right, and I get caught in a discussion with them and then I get all feeling angry and frustrated, I could then think to myself, how could this person carry so much negativity and hate in their heart? um and then you think, so what about this is in me, right? Well, think about it. It's not just their opinion that makes you feel this way. It's their narrow-mindedness. It's their inability to be open. You may feel frustrated thinking like, "Oh my gosh, they're so set in their ways. They're so old-fashioned or something," right? Or, that's the mirror, right? This is the mirror being shown, it's reflecting back to you the traits like rigidity or intolerance that are in you. So when it comes to your audience, you need to understand that it's parts of them that resonate with the parts of you. And to identify those parts, that's the work we do in my Woo Woo That Works program. And it's sharing one of those today that's going to make this like be so fun, right? So remember, you'll need your human design chart and you need to know your seventh house sign for the exercise we're going to do in a few minutes. Um, so next, we're going to talk about the soul resonance framework before we get to that. And basically, I did include in the show like description box you'll see below this video. I included this for you. It's 3 steps. Just going to go over it really quickly. And the first one is to activate the energy, um, calling them into an awareness, right? And what this does is create instant energetic resonance between you and your audience by reflecting their deepest, often unspoken emotions, desires, and struggles. So you start with some powerful statement or soul level question that just stops the scroll, right? And it mirrors their internal experience or the thing that they really, really want, right? And you use this emotionally charged language to bring them into the moment. And you make them feel seen and understood and acknowledged because they're like, "Oh, that's me. Oh, yeah, I want that." Or, "How'd you do that?" Right? So, one example is like, you might write, "You've always known you were meant for more. You can feel it in your bones. So, why does it feel so hard to be seen?" When I say that, don't you say to yourself, "Oh, yes," right? Two, shift their perspective, which is basically kind of like revealing a truth. So what this does is breaks their old belief. They're in a loop, they're in a pattern. So it breaks it, and then it opens them into like a new, expansive way of thinking that aligns with your message. So how we do this is we introduce a key shift in perspective, a new way to see the problem, or something where they just look at and go, "Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense," right? So you want to use metaphors and storytelling or real world examples. Share your life, right? That makes them click. And it gives them a new belief to step into. For example, I could say your audience doesn't need more information. They need to feel your presence. How's that feel for you? Like, whoo, I don't have to keep making these. I'm doing it right now by giving you steps. Like, here's the 3 steps. But I mean, there's only so much information people want. What they really want is to feel connected to themselves, and they want to feel connected to success, and they want to feel connected to like what they're doing means something and matters. So now you're expressing that in your language. You guys are, see this picture? You're together, you're in sync, you're resonating, you're vibing, right? You're connecting. Remember yesterday we talked about that morphogenetic field, right? The messages you say are for those very people that are looking for them. As you're putting it out, they're looking for them at the same time. It's that quantum entanglement. So what this does is move them from passively scrolling, right, to active engagement. So whether they're commenting, DMing, sharing, they're saying yes to working with you. And how you do this is you close with a very direct, intentional call to action. Run that feels like a soul invitation, right? Not a push. It feels inviting. It feels open. It feels like if you would like more, I have more. So offer a small action that aligns them with the shift that you just introduced and keep it conversational, keep it natural and aligned with your energy. Just be you. Okay. So one example could be, if this hits home, drop a fire emoji in the comments so that I know you're ready to turn up your frequency, right? Let's do this. And why this framework works for you, it speaks to their soul, not just their mind, right? You can't intellectualize everything. You want to have the feelings, right? Builds instant trust by showing this deep understanding, and it activates their energy so that they will take inspired action. You can't make anybody do anything. They make them own selves say, yes, I want, and they click and they want you and they want to find out more. They want to hire you, they want whatever, right? Effortlessly positions you as the guide that they've been looking for. Um, I provide a copy for you so that you can follow these 3 steps below. And now we're going to go into the homework. So let's find one of these aspects that your audience has that's within you right now. All right. So we're going to start with what you've discovered in your seventh house sign. Remember, I told you this was mine, right? Mine, my seventh house, which you can't see the 7 right there, but there's a 7 there. And mine is this little symbol here is Scorpio, right? Now, I realize you may not know all of the symbols and signs. Right? You can look them up. Just put in Google astrology symbols or glyphs, and it'll show you, and you go, oh, that's mine, and it'll show you, oh, that's Scorpio. Okay. I always know it's Scorpio because it's got that little stinger on the end there, the little tail. Um, but anyway, so once you know what yours is, then you're gonna go look at this list. All right. So, for example, mine is Scorpio. So I look at this list and I go, oh, my ruler, that's what we're finding the ruler is Pluto and Mars. Okay, I've got 2. So does Aquarius, so does Pisces. So you can kind of see. Rulers are the planets that rule that sign. So I'm not going deep into an astrology lesson here. I just really want you to just take my word. Okay, this is what it is. So you go, oh, okay, so Scorpio is Pluto. I got that. Whatever yours is, in fact, like take a screenshot of this so that you can refer back to it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a minute to do that while I take a sip of water. All right. Now what we're going to do is take a list of looking at the characteristics of that ruling planet, right? So my sign is Scorpio, which makes Pluto and Mars the rulers. So you can see why I have like intensity, transformation, mystery, passion, energy, and courage. They're laced throughout my content. If you know me and you keep up with what I do, these are the kind of keywords that you can use. Also, ideas. I can make metaphors based on these characteristics, and that will deeply resonate with the people who are my people. I don't have to be anyone I'm not. I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm not trying to follow someone else's content plan. I'm just being me, and my people are just being themselves, and we will connect, right? So, my people, they're passionate. They deeply desire transformative experiences, and they love energy work and the mysterious spiritual realms, right? So, what are yours? Like, look over this list, find your ruling planet and see. And again, take out your phone, whatever, take a screenshot of this. Um, I mean, you can also Google this. This is where I got this information. It's not secret information, but this gives you keywords that get you started. Okay. Now, the next thing we do is we're going to look at the human design aspect of this. How's this match up? So get your human design chart, right? And here you can see I put a little circle around my Pluto, because that's my ruling planet, is 47.4. But like for right now, we're just going to deal with the 47. Now you'll notice there is on both sides, I have 47, right? So that makes it kind of easy for me to show you this. But like if you have different numbers, just use both of them. Um, if you ask me, the left-hand side would take precedence because your unconscious side isn't just your soul's design aspects, it's also what others see in you. Like you can imagine your right hand side is kind of more your ego. It's this incarnation. This is Jenny is on the right hand side. So I see that more than others. Other people see like your rising sign, they see the characteristics on the left hand side, right? So there you go. Now when I Google Gate 47, human design, I find um, this, beautiful person called Christy or Inga. I love her word choice. But anyway, so she writes that the Gate 47 is called the Gate of Realization, but she calls it the aha moment master. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. Because its primary action is to trust in the divine timing of aha moments, insight, and clarity, right? And keywords are insights, realizations, aha moments, and waiting for clarity. And so I took a screenshot. This is basically from her site. Like I said, I just love her words. Not to get too deep in the weeds of human design here, there is the terminology of not self. Um, which simply means the things you believe simply because of your conditioning, not because it's true. So you can see here that when the not self, um, she puts it in negative, she puts it in quotes because it's just not the highest frequency of the energy. It's like the low note. But becoming attached to thoughts or having to find aha moments does create mental anguish. I know this because I'm always telling my clients, like, don't believe everything you think, right? Just because you think it doesn't make it true, right? If all you listen to is your own brain and your own thoughts and your own ego, right, there's no space for soul to get through, right? Which is a huge, like, message of mine. And on that note, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing for a moment. I want to share with you guys, we're going to end this with a special message that I'm going to be channeling from, I channel this collective called Kala. And in order to kind of know what to tell you to be looking for, I did some tarot cards that came out all like this, which tells me probably has something to do with the foundation of what you learn or learning and making decisions. So we shall see what comes through. So I'm going to do this in real time with you. I'm a conscious channeler, so it's not like I go in some deep trance, but let's see what happens. Hello, beautiful souls. Yes, you are here. You are with us now. And you are here to decide how you can create more of a connection with your audience. You are desiring connection. You want to be heard. You want to be seen. As Jenny says, you want to be seen, heard, and hired. And we would say that that is very true, that you are able to be seen and heard and hired. You are here to make connections and feel inspired to share what means the most to you. Your inspiration comes from your lived experience. Your lived experience. You are so beautiful. We are here and of service in which way is up to you. You are a part of our own morphogenetic field. You are hearing us because you are a part of us and we are part of you. So when you think of this connection as being of one, while we are all energy, we are also in segments. There are segments of people that are for you, and you resonate with them on a soul level. This is for you divine. It is within your own divinity. This is not something that you have to go learn necessarily. You have to tune in. When you tune in, you hear the soul's calling of your own soul stream. There are many aspects to you, and As Jenny has shared here in this greater collective of your seventh sign, it is one way you can look and see how these people need your experience shared with them so that they can grow and expand. And in the sharing, you also expand. It is always your decision what you want to share. And we are encouraging you to go beyond your limits, go beyond where you feel comfortable, go beyond where you know, go deep into the knowingness, the oneness that you feel when you close your eyes and you just shut out the world. Thank you. So I hope that was inspiring and interesting. And I want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity because I've actually never done that in front of anyone before. So um, I'd love to know what you got out of it. And I'd also love to know what's your sun sign, your seventh sign and the ruling planet. I can be of help with you. Just continue in the comments or in this chat while we're live, but in the comments below, if you're watching this as a recording, this is just as potent. Okay. And I will definitely get back to you. And there's links to work with me below. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3. Okay. Thank you. Bye.